Welcome, our number 2 seed, the world's number 4, CHENXINGTONG, very much in form, a finalist last month at the WTT Champions in Chongqing, and for the first time in 2.5 years, she comes face to face with Germany's 28-year-old Nina Mittelham. Welcome to our first women's round of 32 action coming your way. And of course, as is the case with all of our matches through to the quarterfinals, it's the best of 5, first to 11, as we all know, which means these things happen quickly. That tail of the table then takes us into a 1-to-love head-to-head record. That meeting I alluded to came at the WTT Contender in Muscat back in 2022, and it was a 3-love victory for CHENXINGTONG against Nina Mittelham, who is looking to snap an unwanted record. She is on a run of 4 consecutive round of 32 exits in WTT series events and needs to change that. Park Ma-Lyun is our umpire, and it's time for the toss.
Blue and red. Red for Chen, blue for Barcelona. Blue, window. Receive for Chen for service. Side.
So we know who's going to be doing what, and Fraser Riley is with me once again, I'm delighted to say, for day 2 here in Incheon. Fraser, excited about this, particularly this matchup here. Talk us through the players and also what they're playing on and what they're playing for.
Great to be with you here, John, on this second day of play here. And yeah, what a way to open proceedings. CHENXINGTONG, the finalist of the finals in Fukuoka, finalist recently as well in Chongqing, as you mentioned. What a player she is, both these right-handed attackers. So we're going to see some spicy and feisty rallies. Mittelham, a really strong player, hasn't got the best record against Team China Stars. They're more than capable of causing an upset.
So that is the last 3 event results. As you said, they're finals finalist, Chongqing finalist, a semi-finalist at Singapore Smash. Tong, always somebody who is there or thereabouts coming the business end of any of these WTT events. That means she'll have her eye on the big prize, and we'll share that with you very, very soon. But as far as Mittelham is concerned, when it comes to an encounter like this, Fraser, what does she need to bring? The world ranking of 41 means she's very much the underdog here.
She is. I mean, she has been much higher ranked than where she is right now. She's got to remember where her strengths lie, and that's in the attacking game. She's very mechanical, like many of the German stars, explosive. She just has to keep the fundamentals strong and get in where she can.
Spoke about what they're playing for. These are the playing conditions and also the prize money. They're $500,000 US shared, with 40,000 going to each of the winners of the men's and women's singles. Precious points as well, ITTF world ranking points for grabs here. So get into the round of 16, 90 will be coming your way. That's their most immediate target. Just telling you how this week is playing out. We're on to day 2. We're still focusing exclusively on round of 32 action before we bring in some round of 16 tomorrow. Then it continues for another day before it's quarterfinals on Saturday. And then Sunday is the big day with semifinals followed by the finals. 81% precisely, I think, what you predicted, Fraser, when I asked you earlier on. Fans go to worldtabletennis.com and you've nailed it. First up,
just 1% off. I can't believe it. Good enough, I'll take it.
All right, now, in all seriousness, let's get into the action here and develop that theme you were talking about earlier on, about the fact that she needs to be fiery in this one, Mittelham.
Love all.
It's a good start for the German.
Speechless there. That is an unbelievable winner to open her account. CHENXINGTONG just watched it fly right past her. She had a big compound movement to make there, the German.
1 point.
You never want to read too much into individual points or shots, but that was a statement earlier on from Nina Mittelham. Just has to maintain, though, she now serves.
Nice wristy flick there inside the table. Serve pretty solid there. CHENXINGTONG just popping it up with that touch.
5-3.
We speak about this often in the early exchanges in these events, but catching a player cold first pair on the table today. It's an opportunity that presents itself for Mittelham especially.
It really is. I mean, you'd probably rather play Chen-Qing-Tong earlier on in the event than later. Chen-Qing-Tong, when she creates momentum, isn't really one to lack off.
And there it is again, this time with the backhand. Clean winner from the German. Do you like what you see so far, Fraser?
I love it. Beautiful flick here into the crossover and then came across the side of that ball. Couldn't have played that any finer.
Then she turns aggressive, then she gets the reward for it. It's a bright start for Nina Mittelham.
She's not panicking. She's not showing any kind of imposter syndrome. The fundamentals are strong. Beautiful touch play here. And then coming in off that half long. Getting nice dwell, sensible spin. Didn't try and hit the ball too hard. Didn't have to. For me, the backhand of Chen-Qing-Tong is her most outstanding feature. It's unbelievable how much power she can harness with that shot. So Mittelham has to be careful about playing any lukewarm balls there.
We've seen that a couple of times now, reaching around that forehand, Mittelham, to great effect. Again, looking sharp, the German. And this is impressive. A 5-point advantage already, 7-2 in the first.
Personality-wise, the way that these two go about their business, their overall demeanour is fairly similar. Chen-Qing-Tong sometimes can be quite placid. She's very unassuming, not as vocal as some of her teammates. That could be a factor to consider here. Mittelham quite within herself usually as well on tour.
Just misses. Quite within herself. We're seeing some shows of emotion here from the German here.
Well played there off the net, good recovery. Chen-Qing-Tong gauging the percentage as well. Playing that parallel, keeping the pressure on. Nice timing. Just chipping away there, the Chinese star.
4-8.
I think it's not going the way of the second seed here, Chen.
Haven't seen as much explosive play in this opener than what I expected.
Misses again, and that hands her opponent 6-game points. Thoroughly deserved for Nina Mittelham.
She would have bitten your hand off to get a start like this, the German.
And there it is, brilliantly done. Now, where do you sit on this one? Thoroughly deserved, or Tong Tong's not there?
Thoroughly deserved. I think that the way she started really affected, kind of ruffled the feathers of Chen-Qing-Tong. You might not be able to see that so much with her facial reactions, because she is quite poker-faced, the Chinese player. Mittelham certainly outclassed her there.
And now it's the turn of Zoltan Batofi, the coach, to work on what is such a good start. So final words of instruction from Zoltan Batofi there for Nina Mittelham, who has come out all guns blazing here against the world number 4. A really impressive start here. Fraser Riley's alongside me for this one, and this really opens up fascinating potential in this one. Let's see how the second game goes. A little shake of the head there from CHENXINGTONG.
Love one.
Deep, too deep, uncomfortably so, and acknowledged by Chen, who needed to get off to a good start in this game.
With it being a best of 5 as well, the odds go even more so in favour of Mittelham in this situation. Just feel like you see more world ranking upsets in a best of 5. Guess the underdog needs less games to win.
Below 10. Below the 10, yes. Love one.
See if we see any different tactics here from the second seed. Needs to change something.
She got to it, and it turns into a winner.
She learned from her mistake earlier there, CHENXINGTONG. When she pushes long with venom. Mittelham can't replicate what she did in the first point of the match. Left the door open, good read from Chen.
Good reaction from coach too.
Mittelham was making use of almost every single half-long push that CHENXINGTONG played. The German was sniffing it out, creating a lot of rotation, and that was what stalled Chen.
That was brilliantly executed. Surprised her with the serve and had an empty table to aim at.
CHENXINGTONG saying here, okay, let's rally. I'm going to go up again now. 2 winners that she played with great placement after manoeuvring Mittelham out of position.
Love 5.
And now it's 5. Good start to this game for Mittelham. She had that ball that caught the edge, then there was a let call on a serve. But she has to gather herself again. She leads by a game to love, remember.
5-1.
Sometimes you just need a bit of help, and she gets it there on the board in the second.
Well, she'll take that. Already though, CHENXINGTONG winning more points than what she did in the last game. She has an 11% win rate against Team China Stars, Nina Mittelham. 2 out of 18 meetings against 1. She'd love to increase that. Better that stat.
And she can't put it away. She'll feel that's a chance that's gone begging there, Nina Mittelham.
It's a weird and wonderful rally. Oh, because it was so shallow, it was hard for Mittelham to put it away with power. Trying to lollipop it for the win. Amazing recovery from CHENXINGTONG.
2-6.
Do you like what you saw there from Nina Mittelham? Really picked an angle.
This was the shot that for me was the best shot in the first game. That backhand on the parallel, that switch down the line.
And that's galvanized the German. Little fist pump there. Back-to-back points, won well.
She played freely, she played fluidly in this point. Took a little step back, gave herself space and time. Great quality.
Not this time. That wasn't her friend, but wasn't far off.
CHENXINGTONG wrapping around this ball, didn't produce that much topspin with the flick. Created a little bit of a deadening effect on the ball. And that's why the block or counter attempt of Mittelham netted and didn't go over. Didn't have that much topspin to work with.
8-3.
Brings the power, brings the pace again. We've seen that twice now in this game.
Yeah, the long serve combo. This is now a more confident CHENXINGTONG. Forcing Mittelham to enter the storm straight away.
Once more.
4-8.
It's almost as if she's consciously saying, I need to impose myself on this match here. Bring some aggression to proceedings.
Yeah, and soon, well, straight away in the rally, and that's testament to how good Mittelham's touch play's been.
Both struggling really, below 50%, well below in CHENXINGTONG's case, on serve.
4-9.
We're going to see a complete reciprocal here on the scoreboard.
Puts it away, and it's a different story. It's a different Chen that we're seeing here. Had 6 game points, needed just one of them to make it, and 11-4 turns things around. We're back level pegging once more, but it's a race to 5, remember, or best of 5, I should say. And after a sluggish start here in Incheon, the world number 4 is very much in action as she listens in to coach Ma Junfeng. So having dropped the first game, CHENXINGTONG, our number 2 seed here, WTT champions Incheon, has won the second by 11 games to 4 against Nina Mittelham, as you were then. But already a contest which has swung one way or another. What happens next? The aggressive approach on shore once again from Chen. Are you noticing that she's stepped things up from the first?
Yeah, we're seeing Mittelham forced into more reactive situations. Testament to the placement of CHENXINGTONG. Served long, showed how confident she was. We're going to now have to see something a little bit different with the serve received from Mittelham. Maybe try and play the angle a little bit earlier, straight from serve.
And as if on cue, took the initiative, took the long serve.
Another 12% of Europeans that have been able to beat CHENXINGTONG, usually quite inventive players. Well, that was well played. I mean, Bernadette Soch, for example, with a tomahawk serve, some more wristy play, really rotation-based. That can stall the Chinese players who like it fast, like it furious.
Well, he liked what he saw there, Coach Batorfi. And again, Mittelham going toe-to-toe, happy to rally. And the backhand coming to the fore of the last couple of points.
Yeah, playing into that elbow. On this ball here, CHENXINGTONG trying to protect that crossover section. With that reverse chop block, the fanning backhand as we call it. Just missed it. Yeah, Mittelham, they're not doing enough. That's the thing about that shovel serve, it's so handcuffing because it's low, tight, spinny. There aren't many options there. Mittelham may have been better trying to come around the side of the ball a bit more with the touch, or perhaps try and play a guided flick. But that serve now, the most popular serve used by Team China and Team Japan stars, that shovel serve.
Once again, though, Mittelham, when she gets onto that forehand, it was a feature of the first game, which she dominated. Looks as if she can pose problems.
This is the power play that I mentioned in the warm-up. You know, she is dangerous, Mittelham, when she can make space for herself to play those shots. There's glorious touch play there from the German. CHENXINGTONG coming in, leading in with that right leg, staying low, getting back to the neutral position each time. You can see her so nimble, and then she fades it as soon as it was just attackable. Lovely little angle to see that as well. In and out footwork.
And there's the backhand of Chen, and she just sees her edge into the lead in this third game.
Just skidded on the surface of the table. Like, it was so spinny, that backhand of CHENXINGTONG. Had to be really relaxed in her forearm, her wrist.
5-all.
Mittelham, does she look to you a different player when she's at the table, when she's at it?
It depends how the rally starts. To not take a risk is the biggest risk. Off that serve, which was a topspin serve, you really have to try and roll it. And then continue to keep your foot on the gas. She's trying to take the chances. You can't really fault the shot selection too much. Nice wide serve. That's what I want to see more of from Mittelham, actually. More wide serves to backhand. Force CHENXINGTONG to have to move straight on the receive. Open the table for yourself ASAP.
That time, ambitious, going for the backhand flick, not finding it. But you have to remind yourself, don't you? It's a 40-something ranked player against the number 4. That would suggest she needs to take risks to have a chance, Nina Mittelham.
Yeah. I mean, she's dropped like a sack of spuds in the rankings, Mittelham. It's a bit of a misleading world ranking. She was nearly top 10 in the world back in 2022.
8-5.
Well, the drop comes as a result of results, or lack of results. I spoke earlier on about the string of round of 32 exits, but you're going to get drawn against players, top Chinese players. Happens more often than not. And Chen's now stepping it up. 6 points of the last 8 won by her.
6-8.
Nice swift shot gliding into that one. Yeah, if there's going to be any good time to water a drought, stop the purple patch, it's here in the Infinity Arena. So tough though, isn't it? It's like you say, John, there's no easy way through.
7-8.
The other side of the equation is Chen's. She must have genuine ambitions of winning this event here in Incheon. This is a chance, but she has to focus on one round at a time.
She's 100% more than capable here. And the two Chinese in the half, her and Kwai Man. You know, there's Chen Yi Wang Yidi at the top half of the draw as well. She is more than capable, but sometimes I just feel like she lacks a little bit of that fire in her belly, CHENXINGTONG.
Wang Yidi was off to a good start, the top seed here in Incheon, playing yesterday evening. But as she listens in to her coach here, Ma Chun-Feng, would you argue a case for Chen winning here, emerging here come Sunday triumphant?
I think that she will beat every single orthodox attacker that she plays, but I'd be interested to see her come up against someone with a slightly different style. May that be a Hannah Goda, who beat her in Montpellier. May that be a Soch, who's facing Takahashi.
But first she's got to get past Nina Mittelham, who is putting up some stern resistance in this opening matchup here. Day 2, session 1. And it's a highly competitive opener.
Mittelham will have the serve. What will she try and muster with it? Will she serve tight? Will she go long?
Yeah, it's only a 1-point game, remember, and we're getting to the business end of it.
9-7.
Frustration.
Natural.
From Mittelham. With a yellow.
Ooh, looked to have got away with that a bit there, Mittelham. Just short enough to make things a little bit tricky. High enough, though, of course, to tempt in CHENXINGTONG there. Who by her standards should have put that away.
Saw that little nod of the head then when Nina Mittelham got the yellow for her frustrated response. You know, sometimes a coach, I'm sure, is going to look at it and go, yeah, you want this. Wouldn't have a problem with that at all. 9-all. And whatever it is that's fueling Nina Mittelham, she's very much in this. And now she has a chance to take the third. A game point for the German. And how big would this be?
Oh my goodness, I thought CHENXINGTONG was going to have her in that rally. The little shimmy before the point of contact nearly sent Mittelham the wrong way. Just slowing the game right down.
10-4.
Good push to the middle. Decent rev up from Mittelham. Just couldn't get back to that backhand half again. Good containing play from the Chinese player.
10-4.
This is getting tense. Mittelham just told to hurry up a little bit there. Sitting on a yellow card for that show of frustration earlier on.
I think the push play of CHENXINGTONG's been a bit of a difference maker here. Watch this, snuff. Giveaway. The depth really flustered Mittelham, who played a high trajectory ball. It was a good punch from the second seed.
And she now defends a game point to Chen, who takes it. And she has saved a game point and won her own. And as a result, weathered something of a storm. As Nina Mittelham eventually succumbs in the third, goes 2-1 down against the number 2 seed here in an absorbing encounter here in the women's singles round of 32. 2-1, the Chinese player in the lead. Looked for a moment as if she's in a bit of trouble, but as it is, taking that second one, she preserves the perfect record so far of the seeds. We haven't seen all of them, of course, in action just yet, only into the first session of day 2. Wang Yidi comfortably navigating her assignment, but CHENXINGTONG found herself a game point down in the third against Nina Mittelham. Early days yet here in Incheon, but this one is a really entertaining encounter to kick things off today. Mittelham, actually, she was on a yellow. She got warned for delaying. She actually put her feet up on the table to tie her laces when we were on a replay just now. So the umpire's got an eye on her. You can be sure of that.
One love.
Just so tense in those juice games, isn't it? I mean, you can imagine. You can relate wanting to take some extra time. shuffle the deck mentally.
There it is. When she can get around that forehand, that's where she wins the point.
Started here as she did in that first game, pivoting really, really well. Not wanting to get into the backhand-to-backhand rallies with CHENXINGTONG too much. She missed a few, didn't really go back to it, but here, turning a new leaf, the German. Good start.
1-2.
Chen draws level.
What she's really good at, CHENXINGTONG, is taking a bit of pace off the ball, playing at maybe 60-70% power, but just watching her opponent during the rally, using her peripheral, finding ways to get it away from the racket. Look, she does it right away with that forehand push. The same shot that sealed her the last game.
Timeout.
So after that canny series of points for the world number 4, timeout called, and Nina Mittelham, of course, is going to come up with something in this game, or she'll be exiting at the round of 32 once more.
Nochmal. Und dann nächste Mal Mut in die Form. Und ein bisschen mehr Mut. Okay. Also auch einmal probieren, diese gerade Aufschlag in die Rückhand. Aber das können wir was machen. Okay. Aber richtig tief. Richtig tief. Normalerweise würde ich zurückschieben. Okay. Und ein bisschen schneller zurück mit deinem Bein. Auf deinem Bein. Okay. Ist alles gut. Du schaffst es. Du musst zurückkommen. Okay.
Well, as we await the resumption of play, just to let you know, in the round of 16, the winner of this one will be taking on Korea's Ju Chun-hee.
Yeah, good performance there from that Korean, who beat Yang Tse-Leo of Australia in 3 straight games.
2-3.
We'll have a China clash in the round of 16. Wang Yidi, the top seed, will take on Chen Chen-yi at the very, very top of the draw. Looking forward to the Hayata Diaz match as well in this session, John.
It's a great session, that's for sure, and we've got up to a great start as well, thanks to Nina Mittelham really bringing her game to CHENXINGTONG, but it's a 2-point deficit for her in what could turn out to be the final game of this one, unless she can recapture that form, particularly of the first game when she really stunned CHENXINGTONG.
Oh yeah,
it's looking unlikely.
Yeah, can't give her that. Crafty service. Yeah, she's going to eat that up every day of the week. So for Mittelham, winning the first 2 points of the game, losing the next 4. Gonna have to see a comeback from her now.
Had to adjust before trying to work that forehand, and it cost her.
Yeah, she had to try and improvise. She was fooled by that receive. Thought it was going to come tight. Ended up coming long. It's the subtleties of CHENXINGTONG. This is the thing, the very, very, very best players, the most unbeatable players, they're never the ones that have the most audacious shot making. They're always the ones that are just sort of the most comprehensive, most, you know, almost predictable in a way, but yet there's not much you can do about it.
Just seen 2 different backhands there from Mittelham, and do you feel, Fraser, that the key to any success she might have comes on that backhand. We know her forehand's a weapon.
Yeah, she loves the backhand flick on the receive. That serve isn't really touchable.
And that was a pacey one, and with a little flick off the net, another point goes the way of CHENXINGTONG, who has a 4-point lead now.
It's the serve that Wang Manyu likes to use, the shovel, because you can't really receive it powerfully. That's the thing.
6 of the last 8 points. That's another feature of the superstar players, isn't it? When they need it most, that's when they get going. Put the foot down.
4-9.
And now all the pressure is on the German. Fighting to survive here in Korea.
Net 4-9. Net 4-9.
I think she's the last German standing here as well, after the defeat of Han Ying to Polkanova, after the exit of Shan Shanar as well. It's all on Mittelham.
She'll take heart from that. An all-action rally goes the way of Nina Mittelham, but she needs more.
Did really well to play the parallel there. Didn't require any backswing on the shot. CHENXINGTONG had added pace, injected it into the ball.
Oh, flicked and then off the edge. That's a double blow that takes CHENXINGTONG to 5 match points. Nearly got it done with 1.
I must say, though, this has been genius from CHENXINGTONG. She's just found ways with her serve receive to make it so difficult for Mittelham to get her forehand into play.
And she's fighting, she's scrapping, and she's winning friends. Nina Mittelham fights off another match point.
It held the fort down well there. Beautiful placement.
Oh, and then out of nowhere.
That is gobsmacking from Mittelham. Even CHENXINGTONG can't help but smile. God, the margin for error close to 0.
Well, you might say desperation prompted that shot, but it was a beauty. It's a 2-point advantage still. That means still 2 more match points for CHENXINGTONG. And she gets there. The resistance was solid from the German, but in the end it breaks. And the number 2 seed makes her way through, but not smoothly, not easily by any means. Having dropped the first, it's then 11-4, 12-10, 11-8. And that pivotal moment coming in the 3rd game when she did have to defend to gain points before finally